write them out. We got them halfway written. You know, all we have to do is, you know, move stuff around a little bit, and we got tons of literature. We got tons of CDs and DVDs. Purposefulness, perseverance, endurance, durability. Durability, unbreakable, that's what it is. Durability is just wearable, it's usable. Yep. We always use the word every now and then, but they don't use it for Negroes much. Gallant. You know, the Tuskegee Airmen was gallant. That was gallantry. They sacrificed themselves so the white folks could go drop bombs on the Germans, right? That's gallantry. You don't ever see nobody talk about Negroes. They're gallant. They say that stuff for them. They say it for them. But see, I don't want to get back into the Negro. But we got to carry the ball for all of those Negroes, because everything that they thought they won, they done lost out on. We got Negro mayors, Congress people, boy, coming out, and then we done lost more than we ever had. Tell the truth, we don't. The black police sound just like the white police chief. Why? Because he's a police chief. He's got to uphold the system. If we could get enough numbers on the police, it may help a little bit. But that old idea, if we could just get more black police in the black neighborhood, boy, they don't know what they're talking about.
And they all say the same thing. I want to become a police officer so I can help them.
So I can make a difference.
So I can make a difference.
Yeah, make a difference. Yeah, I wanted to make a difference. After about 1 hour, he could realize, you know, that difference. They dragging the Negroes in, beating them upside the head. And hey, man, right down there in D.C., hey, man, those U.S. Marshals, because the last time I was down there, man, the U.S. Marshals, little old white boy about this tall, man, they worked me over very good. And I had another sissy white boy, and the Negro Marshals was just watching. And I was looking at those educated kids. You know, they probably graduated from Howard. They became marshals. They looked and they knew what it was, but they didn't make a move. They just didn't make a move. One of them would stop by and look in the cell and, you know, stuff like that. But they couldn't, they wouldn't. They just wouldn't. Yep. We are leading a successful challenge to design this American establishment. Yes, we are. Okay. Property will be used as a diversion. We're not going to allow our property to be used as a diversion for us. What do I mean? We believe in what you send ahead other than what you leave behind. They try to act so much and so silly, and they're trying to get me the idea. Nobody cares about what you're doing. Da 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 da. I don't care whether they care or not. And see, they figure if they can get you to where you don't want to leave nothing behind, because you figure they're going to mess it up, you know, eventually. So you'll stop. We ain't going to do that. Because the Quran keeps pointing ahead. It ain't what you leave behind, it's what you send ahead. So, it's like the lady, we had a relative up in Philadelphia, she was 96 years old. When she died, they said at the church, they wanted two of her great nieces to sing. And they was telling the story. They said, we told her, Auntie, we can't sing. He said, I don't care, I'll be dead. I won't be able to hear you. Right? So, you'll be judged for what you do while you walk up and around. But after you leave, you know, like a lot, you know, the Esau was so, what was it you tell anybody? He said, absolutely not. While I was with him, I told him about you. When I left, I had nothing to do with him, right? Whatever he said about me, I'm the son of God and all that, I ain't said, you know, of course, we know Allah knows, but it's always sometimes presented as a conversation. Psychodegradable, psychocomposting, self-definition. Fit that to long-range fertilizer. Psychocomposting, we always talk about that. Psychocomposting, repackaging every encounter and making fertilizer about it. In other words, use their SHIT as fertilizer. That means you never, I don't want this to happen. See, that's what people will do. It's automatic. Man, I hope they don't do this. I hope they don't. We don't do that. Whatever you want to do, boss man, go ahead. You know, like right now, alhamdulillah, it's fine. But I went to pick up my medicine the other day, yesterday, and a lady said, do you want a flu shot, not a flu shot, a pneumonia shot, and do you want a shingles shot, and do you want something, whatever the heck it was, 3 shots. And I never had any, a tetanus shot. I had a tetanus shot 40 or 50 years ago when I went overseas, and you had to get one of them vaccine cards if you was going to Tanzania or something. But I hadn't had one since. So I said, okay, I'll take it. So they gave me these 3 shots. So I asked the young lady, I said, now you sure I'm not gonna go outside the door and fall out? You know what I mean? But see, boss man will give you these 30-day shots that'll knock you because all day I started to call and say, hey man, I can't make it today. Remember I used to call sometime? Yeah. Because boss man would be putting stuff, you know what I mean? I'd be cheered up and ready to go. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden I can't hardly hold my head up. Well, no, this is a different time. That's why I'm here today, because I said, oh no, we're gonna do what we set out to do. So it don't make no difference how, well, the brother's a little tired. Boss man, try to get you tired. Just think, I mean, he do it with your coffee. If you got a wonderful coffee, man, look at here. Boss man will mess with your coffee, because imagine you get up every morning, juiced up, and you got your special coffee that, I mean, you be high. Some of it, you know, not, since it's caffeine, it's okay. I mean, no, I be high. Yeah. They don't like that. They got your whole family watching you, and they said that nigga is high. You know, so we want to, they put slow down in it and all kind of stuff. But we're not going to, it's like when we was running in the hills in California, and my body was hurting so bad. I don't know if I ever told y'all, oh my goodness. I said, I'm going to be back up there tomorrow, and I'm going to run, and I'm going to keep on running. And when you say that, they drop it or leave it alone, because if you do that, you're going to have to master the technique of discipline, of going out there hurting and hurting. Pretty soon, that develops certain things in you. So shoot, they let it go. They stopped in a hurry, you know. But with that being said, we have to have the ability to adjust our behavior to fit whatever boss man sent in our direction. Yeah, that's okay. That's what we say, we use the SHIT as fertilizer to enrich the soil, to make us better. To make us better. You know that you're going to become better, and you're not going to let anything that they do. So we got a whole new thing. Well, we're going to get up, we're going to do this. So what I'll do is, if I'm tired, like I'm tired now, I'll go back and lay down. You know, if I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll get busy. If I get tired, 7, 8 o'clock, I'll go to sleep, right? And I get up. So if they gonna play with me, I'll just, no problem, 24 hours in a day, right? I'm not gonna argue with them. I just go to sleep when I feel like going to sleep. And when I wake up, I'll get right on, I'll go right back to the list. Because everything I gotta do, whether it's some work in the house, whether it's some work over there, all that stuff, I can do anytime. Right? I don't have to do it at a certain time. Or to be ready for a class, I'm just ready for a class. Yeah. So that's adjustability. Property will be used as a diversion. They're not going to use property or nothing else as a diversion for it. We talked about psychoparalysis, trained hypnosis. The white man do think we didn't hypnotize. And other people will start believing after a while because he sure is acting a fool. You know, and we add that into, yeah, we didn't just jinx the white man. Now, does Donald Trump act like he got a Louisiana jinx on him? He acts like he got a jinx on him. Right. We take credit for that. Yeah, that's what we told you, keep messing with us. You don't know. And they don't know. They really don't know. They get, you know, like you can get systems, because you can almost hear them talking. Well, that nigger, we'll just finish him off. And somebody else saying, no, that nigger, hey man, he's been too correct. And that may be bad for us. So we let it go a little while just to see, you know. Because they call it the martyrdom. You don't want to martyr the nigga because it'll get. Then everybody listen to everything he said for the last 50 years, right? Then they'll know what he knows. So they be trapped. Those are the things that we have to understand. You can trap boss man. Other people just don't have the nerve. You just trap boss man, bump you boss man. That makes him mad, and when he gets mad, he don't make good decisions. Tell the truth. Nobody can make good decisions when he's mad. Black ass nigga. And the Zionist, good God Almighty. The Zionist is in a panic. Like the American planes over Lebanon, you know, checking the people out. They had a bombing in Lebanon, and so everybody knows that's homeboy. They had, I don't know how many bombings and burnings in Syria and in Iran too. Right. Okay, that means they in a panic. Probably they on the selection cycle. You know, hey man, it's only 90-something days to the selection. And it don't look like our homeboy gonna get elected. And what's the name that just said he gonna reinstate the JCO? Whatever it is, it ain't gonna be what Don said, right? So the Zionists, remember how mad they get. The Zionists in Saudi Arabia, good God Almighty, those boys be foaming at the mouth. Anyways. Grand strategy, flawless psycho-negroid implementation. Never, I'm telling you, this is good stuff.
Say that one more time.
Psycho-negroid implementation.
All right.
The grand strategy, what we say, grand strategy, flawless psycho-negroid implementation. Remember, they got 3 classifications of people in the old days: Cascoid, Mongoloid, and Negroid. Remember them?
Yeah.
That is terrible, but that's what they say. So you know what classification we fell in. You use what Allah give you, and remember, the system is so mean that if you don't keep a good attitude, he'll make you mad. That's what happened for a little while in Oakland. He was making me mad, and I turned mean in just a short time. Because that's what, harassing people like my friend was a dog trainer. So they have some guy making fun of the dog, you know what I mean? And he's holding the dog, and the other guy's teasing the dog to make it mean, And that's what they do to us. They tease us, they make fun of us. So we'll get mad. Not the brothers. This is special. The grand strategy, flawless, psycho-negroid implementation. So it's a big deal. Yeah, it's just nice. Global strategy for Islam. Rise to the occasion of our time. This is not the time to intellectualize or simply inform. The global revolution is here, yes indeed. Grand strategy for America. Characteristics of plan. Goal clarity, goal difficulty, and goal commitment. So what we're doing, it has to be clear. Goal clarity. But in the goal clarity, we also have our self-image, our self-esteem intact. Because if we don't see ourselves doing it, whatever it is, we won't be able to do it. And then if I don't see you being able to do it, then I'm not going to invest in any authority or any, you know what I mean? Because the niggas can't do it, right? That's what okay. Characteristic of plan. Goal clarity, so it's clear. That's what we've been doing. Goal difficulty, now we're trying to go somewhere. How, like we were saying downtown, how difficult is it going to be to get there? And then, goal commitment. How much commitment is it going to take, right? With all these things falling in order. So that's goal commitment. Would you turn, there's the pension. Visionary, missionary, the new world of global harmony. Implementation of the plan, obstacles not. 800-year club. What the heck is that? 800-year club. Maybe the Irish, they fought for 800 years against that. 800-year club. We don't want to be that protracted. 800 years. We'll figure it out in a minute. Hindsight, insight, and foresight. Hindsight is, of course, to look at the past. We talk about how we study the people and the times of the past. Insight is contemporary, how you see into what's going on today. Okay, so we can analyze how accurate are we about whatever we talk about, and whatever we come up with is fine. And then foresight is to be able to look into the future. And then how accurate is our analysis about the future? How many times do they do exactly what we say they're going to do? That's pretty serious. Okay. I'm sorry to say that our people are not any good at that. They don't do that at all. They just kiss the Europeans behind. Anything boss man to say is all right. But we're not going to argue with them about it. Distractions of property, we'll go into that later. Yes. Collective insanity, republic focus, unified, limitless dream, unrestrained optimism. I think we talked about that. there's a couple of fiqhs I wanted to mention. The fiqh of extreme circumstances. We won't talk about what it is. Fiqh of science fiction. The fiqh of science fiction. The fiqh of non-human warfare. Robots, maybe next year, maybe in a couple of hours, a robot comes strolling in here, chopping off heads. That's just the way they're going to fix that up, right? So we have to be prepared for that. The fiqh of non-human warfare. We have to be, get ready for that. So what do? Just say, hey, I'll see you later, robot, and run off, or what are you going to do? Find out spray some water on him somewhere, or make his joints. Whatever it is, a human made it. He gonna have some, he gonna have some flaws. Yeah, it don't make no difference. If a human made it, another human can stop it. Understand, optimism, the fiqh of counter-espionage. Fiqh of counter-espionage. This one. How much spying can we do on, on people that are automatically spying on us? The fiqh of coincidence, that is the fiqh of circumstances. Coincidence, we have certain writings who talk about coincidence and certain, it just happens to come out like that all the time. Okay. Do give your children mission for their work. This is just personal. I believe the Lord trained me to clean up global snitches. I would take it easy on snitches. They only snitches because that's what they went, they got whatever it was. So they think it's all right. If we hold on, believe me, if we hold on long enough and stick to this so-called goodness, some of them will come around. It's okay. We have always been ahead of the curve because of the past. 30 close years, Asa, Bangladesh, Rashid, Benisa, Sri Lanka. In other words,